African Union Communications Early Warning and Intelligence, commonly known as AUC3I, is an intelligence and security organization responsible for providing signals intelligence and information assurance to AU citizens, AU leadership, and AU armed forces. I'm Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an infantry officer. I am responsible for leading infantry soldiers at all levels of command and combined armed forces during missions on the ground. This is today's briefing. On the progress of the special military operation on the 27th of October, 2024. The armed forces of the Russian Federation continue to conduct a special military operation. Units of the North Group of Forces in the Kharkiv direction inflicted defeat on formations of the 57th Motorized Infantry Brigade of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, the 105th, 113th, and 116th Territorial Defense Brigades in the areas of the settlements of Melov, Volchansk, and Ternivaya in the Kharkiv region. The Ukrainian Armed Forces lost up to 60 servicemen, 3 vehicles, and 2 122mm D-30 howitzers. Units of the West Group of Forces have improved their tactical position, inflicted losses on the manpower and equipment of the 14th, 43rd, 60th, 66th, 92nd Mechanized, 68th Jaeger, 3rd Assault Brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, the 115th Territorial Defense Brigade, and the 27th National Guard Brigade in the areas of the populated areas of Petropavlivka, Novosanovo, Berestovoy, Peskanoy, Kolesnikovka, Zagrozovo in the Kharkiv region, Nadia, Novoigorovka in the Luhansk People's Republic, Terny in the Donetsk People's Republic, and Serebryanskoye Forestry. For counterattacks by assault groups of the 28th and 67th Mechanized Brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces were repelled. The enemy lost up to 500 servicemen, a U.S.-made M113 armored personnel carrier, 3 pickup trucks, 2 155mm howitzers, an M114 and a U.S.-made 155mm M198 howitzer, a 122mm D-30 howitzer, and a 105mm M119 gun were destroyed. A Mandate M electronic warfare station and an ammunition depot were destroyed. Units of the Southern Group of Troops continued advancing deep into the enemy's defenses, defeated the formations of the 58th Motorized Infantry, 3rd, 5th Tank, 143rd Infantry, 24th, 28th, 30th, 54th Mechanized, 79th Airborne Assault, 5th Assault Brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, and the 18th National Guard Brigade in the areas of the settlements of Pretikino, Belyagora, Uspanovka, Zaliznyansk, Kirovo, Chasov Yar, Kurakovo, Starodubovka, Andriivka, Elizavetovka, and Konstantinovka. We repelled a counterattack by units of the 33rd Mechanized Brigade of the Ukrainian Armed Forces. The enemy's losses amounted to 720 servicemen, a U.S.-made M113 armored personnel carrier, 11 vehicles, 2 U.S.-made 155mm M777 howitzers, and a 155mm M198 howitzer, a 152mm Stubby howitzer, a 122mm Gvozdika self-propelled artillery unit, and 4 122mm D-30 howitzers. An Anklev electronic warfare station, an Israeli-made IEMHR tactical radar system, and 3 ammunition depots were destroyed. Units of the Center Group of Forces, as a result of active offensive actions, liberated the settlement of Izmailovka in the Donetsk People's Republic. In addition, they inflicted losses on the manpower and equipment of the 95th Airborne Assault, 114th Mechanized, 46th Airmobile Brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, the 109th and 122nd Territorial Defense Brigades in the areas of the settlements of Sukaya Baka, Rozovka, Dzerzhinsk, Druzhba, Vishnevo, and Zaria of the Donetsk People's Republic. 11 counterattacks by the 23rd, 53rd, 93rd, 100th, 110th Mechanized, 144th Infantry, 68th Jaeger, 25th Airborne Brigades, 425th Assault Battalion of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, 37th Marine Brigade, and 12th National Guard Brigade were repelled. The enemy lost up to 600 troops, a tank, 2 Swedish-made Viking armored personnel carriers, an infantry fighting vehicle, 4 cars, two 152mm D20 guns, a 152mm MSTB howitzer, four 122mm D30 howitzers, and a 100mm Raptor anti-tank gun. Units of the East Group of Forces improved the position along the front line, defeated the formations of the 21st National Guard Brigade and the 48th Assault Battalion of the Territorial Defense in the areas of the settlements of Makarovka and Oktyabr of the Donetsk People's Republic. The counterattack of the assault group of the 58th Motorized Infantry Brigade of the Ukrainian Armed Forces was repelled. The enemy's losses amounted to 140 servicemen, a tank, a U.S.-made M113 armored personnel carrier, 2 combat armored vehicles, 7 cars, a U.S.-made 155mm M777 howitzer, 2 155mm D20 guns, and 2 Enclave-N electronic warfare stations. An ammunition depot of the Ukrainian Armed Forces was also destroyed. Units of the Dnieper Group of Forces inflicted losses on the manpower and equipment of the 128th Mountain Assault Brigade of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, the 35th Marine Brigade, the 117th, 124th, and 126th Territorial Defense Brigades in the areas of the settlements of Zarabyanka, Novodanilovka in the Zaporizhia region, Antonovka, Tokarevka, and Lvovo in the Kherson region. The Ukrainian Armed Forces lost over 80 servicemen, 2 vehicles, and 2 152mm D20 guns. 2 electronic warfare stations were destroyed. Operational tactical aviation, strike unmanned aerial vehicles, missile troops, and artillery of the groups of troops of the armed forces of the Russian Federation destroyed ammunition and fuel depots, and also damaged the infrastructure of military airfields, assembly and storage sites for unmanned aerial vehicles, temporary deployment points, concentrations of enemy manpower and military equipment in 134 areas. Air defense systems shot down 3 U.S.-made HIMARS rockets, a French-made Hammer guided aerial bomb, an S-200 anti-aircraft guided missile converted for firing at ground targets, and 172 aircraft-type unmanned aerial vehicles. Since the beginning of the special military operation, a total of 647 aircraft, 283 helicopters, 34,565 unmanned aerial vehicles, 584 anti-aircraft missile systems, 18,887 tanks and other armored combat vehicles, 1,480 multiple launch rocket systems, 16,837 field artillery pieces and mortars, and 27,654 special military vehicles have been destroyed. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you found it useful and informative. If you have any questions, please leave them below and we'll get back to you as soon as possible.